Welcome back. This part of the show is where we take a break from politics a little bit and we zoom into some corner of today's world we find interesting, strange, mysterious, and worth its weight in intrigue. The following story touches on all those points. Welcome to my corner of curiosity. There's much we still don't know about this most recent case of Matthew Livelsberger, the Green Beret who detonated a Tesla Cybertruck outside of the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas after allegedly shooting himself in the head.
So the Tesla Cybertruck car bombing in Las Vegas has turned into the craziest, reverse psyop story ever.
Our friend Ian Carroll may be right. In an exclusive obtained by our own James Lalino, Livelsberger was described as a cool, chill guy prior to this attack. And according to reports, Livelsberger was said to have suffered from PTSD, like many of our veterans when they have returned from a war zone. He had a baby at home. Something does not pass the smell test. He left behind a manifesto, according to authorities. Here's the Las Vegas PD in their full statement.
There were a couple pieces of content we thought were important to share for now. One is in the note application. He seemed to have two letters. One letter in particular, as you can see here, this is an excerpt from that letter. He says, fellow service members, veterans, and all Americans, time to wake up. We are being led by weak and feckless leadership who only serve to enrich themselves. He goes on to explain a variety of other grievances and issues, some political, some personal, a variety of other things, which we will do our best to release very quickly here. But then there's a second letter where there's some more excerpts. This one seems to be dated after the fact in that notes application. And in there, you can read a couple of the excerpts. We are the United States to ever exist, but right now we are terminally ill and headed towards collapse. This was not a terrorist attack, it was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives? Why did I personally do it now? I need to cleanse my mind of the brothers I've lost and relieve myself of the burden of the lives I took.
The most recent controversy around the story emerged when Sean Ryan of The Sean Ryan Show interviewed a gentleman who claimed to have an email from Livelsberger. Here to break down all of this is Breanna Morello, host of The Breanna Morello Show. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Chanel.
Breanna, there's so much that people are confused about by this story, and you have guys like Sean Ryan who have published a report, an alleged email, lots of controversy around that email where apparently Livelsberger says that he is being followed. There are anti-gravitational devices that the government is experimenting with. He starts laying out all of these little pieces to the story. Where are we in the coverage and the understanding of what happened on that day?
Yeah, it's very difficult to understand where his state of mind was at the time of all of this because, obviously this is somebody who, and it sounds like to the people I've spoken to as well, he's dealing with PTSD and there's a lot of issues here. But although he wrote this email, and I believe he did write this email because even the FBI over the weekend confirmed that they believed it came from him as well, he doesn't really leave behind any evidence. He instead is just telling us things and there's no real evidence that backs up these claims. And so like you just said, this has a lot of Americans extremely curious to whether or not this is just somebody who was dealing with a mental health issue or someone who knew something and something happened to him recently to trigger him to act in this manner. I mean, Sean Ryan published the email. He redacted some of the names and he's very careful with what he's doing when he does just that. He's dancing around a lot of things, but I totally respect it because it's hard to confirm all of this information because a lot of this would be classified details. So we're all just kind of left to kind of speculate, as to what this all means. It's upsetting. I listened to Sean Ryan's space last night too. And again, nothing substantial. They haven't really learned anything. And so it's a little discouraging.
For all our viewers asking where One America News is heading in the future, we would like to introduce you to OAN Live. OAN Live is the best way to stay up to date on all of the hard-hitting, straight-shooting, national and international headlines. And the best part is, OAN Live is only $4.99 per month. All the credible, honest, unbiased reporting One America News offers at a fraction of the cost of cable. Just go to OANN.com to easily sign up for OAN Live and stay informed.